Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football. I hope all of you are doing well at this ungodly hour. Now, to be fair, it is a godly hour. It's a very godly hour, to be fair. I mean, over here right now, it's 7 a.m. in the morning. And we've just finished this. I don't know what to call it. I'm just glad the result has actually come through. And Maresca is probably smiling from ear to ear right now because his plan actually ended up coming into fruition. We all had some very, very, very dark questions about the lineup that we started off with, but in the end, it has worked out. And this is where Maresca will be having the last laugh, I feel, even though it's not what all of us are actually comfortable with. Not for just because of what we wanted, no, but it's like putting that in the first place was going to be a risk, a big risk anyway. And thankfully it's paid off, but bloody hell, it's one hell of a risk to take. So the uncomfort, I think, in the discomfort in the fan base is definitely something to consider. But it has worked out in the end. And 3-0, courtesy of the Tunisian goalkeeper. Much appreciated. Definitely on the Chelsea payroll. Ben Said with two absolute howlers. Well, not howlers. I mean, one was basically him not moving. So his lack of action is suspect. And then the third goal was a howler. So his ridiculous action was suspect. So anyway, 3-0. On the day, we got, well, day, night, whatever you want to call it, based off where you are in the world. Now, shout out, I have to say, to the international fans that have to go through this on a weekly basis. Yeah, waking up at 3, 4 a.m. in the morning to watch a game, and then you see a lineup like that, for example, and you flip. I actually feel you guys are dedicated. You guys are actually dedicated. You're proper Chelsea. I understand it. I get it now, you know. These crazy times where you're sacrificing sleep on a regular basis, I appreciate the sacrifice. You know, so that's something to consider. But in the end, 3-0 winners, ES Tunis, who had a very bright 15, 20 minutes in that first half, they hit their maximum, basically. They really couldn't offer much more. You could see that the quality just wasn't there. They had elements of physicality. They were pressing very aggressively. They were trying to be a nuisance. They were trying to be in our faces, and they were for a good 20, 25 minutes. And then after that, they just weren't. And technically, they just weren't able to match us. Not in terms of just technically. Physically, when I say physically, I mean in terms of speed, just normal speed. We're talking on the ball. And just power in terms of challenging for balls. We were just superior. And that's standard, especially as a Premier League team coming up against a Tunisian team that is pretty standard. The endurance and the physicality in terms of chasing the ball is something that Tunis were matching us with for the first 20 minutes. And then after that, they kind of just died off. But the technicality... yeah, they just weren't a match. And I feel like eventually Tunis just lost their heads. They did. Lack of focus, lack of concentration, poor passes, basics. And Chelsea just started to find their way pretty straightforward towards the end of the first half. But up until that point, it was a snooze fest. Let's be honest, it was a snooze fest. There was nothing happening. After Tunis kind of slowed it down and didn't really show as much as they did in the first 15, 20 minutes, Chelsea weren't really doing much either. And I was just like, okay, well, this is going to finish 0-0, isn't it? And then we started getting the goals. Ball in from Enzo Fernandez, free kick, toss in, beautifully placed header. Very nice centre-back, typical header to the ground, into the bottom corner, keeper's not moving, no one's moving. And it was a very, very well-placed finish from Tosin to make it 1-0 to Chelsea. So up until that point, happy days. We now got the result in our favour. It's like I said, the lineup prior to that is what brought a lot of concern. And why I think that contributed to why it seemed like it was a snooze fest at the very beginning. Because when you look at that lineup, Jorgensen in goal, Badia Chile alongside Tosin, but then we had Achiempong and we had Gusto inverting, being in midfield with Dewsbury Hall. It's like, holy moly, what is Maresca doing? Is he on drugs or something? Nkunku's on the pitch. Enzo is a lot more forward, but he's got Nkunku there. We've got Madueke, obviously. And Liam Delap up top. Yeah, Lavia was the other midfielder. That was fair enough. But a lot of imbalance, a lot of experimentation, a lot of players that shouldn't be on the pitch, and players that we should have turned to that were on the bench that you'd think would be good opportunity to get them involved, and we didn't. Santos or Sugo or whoever, especially Santos. But once that first goal came, it was like, okay, well, despite all of that, we still got the result in our favour. And then straight after, we got Enzo Fernandez chipping the ball over to Liam Delap. Liam Delap gets his body around the defender, brings it down on his chest, in his path, taps it past another defender, and then slots it in at like, I don't know, 0.001 miles an hour, maybe? It's like he passed to his mate right in front of him, but it creeped into the goal. And the goalkeeper was basically just watching and didn't even move. I'm like, brother, I'm sorry, but for that goal, you have to be on the payroll. There's no other way you're not. How are you not even moving? All he had to do was do that. He would have reached it. He didn't move. I don't get it. I legit don't get it. So, Delap gets his first Chelsea goal. And he done well. Obviously, the ball from Enzo brings it down, shields away from the defender, taps around another defender. He done everything perfect. Delap saw the space that was there. It was just like, yeah, okay, I've got a free net, basically. And he just passed it into the net. But the goalkeeper didn't make any effort. That's what I don't understand. But Liam Delap scores. Happy days. Go into half-time, it's 2-0. It's at this point where I'm thinking, okay, we're 2-0 up, using a team that we all had a problem with, and we're still 2-0 up. So surely, no matter who you play now, the result's in the bag. Surely. ES Tunis are not coming back into this. They're just not. Half-time was the perfect time to, honestly, make all the subs. Bring on Santos. Bring on Asugo. Bring on Mamadou Sarr. I would have said bring on Anselmino. Bring on Tyreek George. It's just 5 subs max, not 6, isn't it? No, 5, yeah. So that would have been it. You could maybe say, okay, don't go that extreme. Mamadou Sarr or Anselmino, don't do both, do one. And then, as you can see, maybe bring on Margu like we did. All the subs that we actually brought on eventually are all correct subs. He ended up bringing on Margu, Asugo, Santos, George, and Mamadou Sarr. But look at the times. He waited until minute 60 to bring on Margu and Asugo. Then waited until minute 67 to bring on Santos and Tyreek George. And then 82 to bring on Mamadou Sarr. Later on, we got Tyreek George scoring a goal and Santos giving the assist. So well done to Santos on an assist. But even the third goal, George gets it, loads of space, looks up, takes a shot. And the goalkeeper, I don't know, makes a save. It's an easy save. He's fumbled it. It's spun and it's crippled into the net. I don't know. This goalkeeper is getting a lovely Blueco, royalty, should we say, or commission coming into his bank account. First thing on a Wednesday morning in Tunisia, he's going to go into his account and find there's going to be a nice entry there for his contribution to those 2 goals. That's all I'm going to say, because it doesn't make any sense. But we've not learned much, because now we're in the last 16. That's it. There's no experimentation. You have to go with your best team now. Against Benfica, we got Benfica in the last 16. Go with your best team. There is no, okay, we can give minutes to Santos, we can give minutes to Asugo, no, that's done. But what did we learn? Nothing. Not enough. You could say with Asugo, a little bit, And even that's bare minimum. That's still not enough. They should have come on at half-time. Give them a whole half. Santos, what have we learned? He played 25 minutes. Nothing. Mamadou Sarr, he played 8 minutes plus stoppage time. All we learned, nothing. I think for me that's a waste. It feels like a waste. We had the chance to use time against LAFC. We didn't do it. We had a chance to use more time tonight from half time. We didn't do enough. I don't get why. Like why? There's no reason not to. The result was in the bag. What were you fearing or what were you scared of? There was no reason to be scared. Despite the crazy lineup that we actually went with, we were 2-0 up at half time. There was nothing to be fearful of. Second half, it was a given we were going to have the result in our favour. 100% certainty. I would have used as much time as possible. But Maresca has this stubbornness and I don't get it and I don't know why. I don't know why. But anyway, 3-0 winners. We now go to the last 16 and it's all worked in our favour. We play Benfica because Benfica did beat Bayern Munich, weirdly enough. And I know we say that's gone in our favour. I'm not so sure. I mean, on paper, yes, but they did just beat Bayern Munich. It's like now after Benfica, we have to play either Palmeiras or Botafogo, which is going to be a very interesting last 16 game because two Brazilian teams against each other. That's going to be fantastic. But we're playing either Palmeiras, Estevão Willian and all that, or Botafogo, who beat PSG. So they're no mugs. This isn't going to be as easy as it looks on paper for many of us. Because the other side of the draw looks crazy. You know, Bayern Munich are there. Real Madrid are on that side. Man City, I think, are going to be on that side. I mean, it's crazy on that side. So we'll see what transpires. But Benfica next game. And that's it. Experimentation is over. And we barely even experimented. We now have to go with our strongest team and just go as far as possible. So that's that. 3-0 win on the day. It's a result. Calm morning, night, whatever you want to call it. And I hope we don't have to play at this hour ever again. So let me know your thoughts. Much appreciated. I want to say big up to... There's a few players here that I think deserve a shout. Obviously, the goal scorers, Delap, Tyreek George and Tosin. Tosin did get man of the match in the end. I think he had a very good game. He deserves a shout out. The goal scorers obviously deserve a shout out. Enzo Fernandez with 2 assists deserves a shout. Obviously Santos got 1 assist, but again, not much time. I can't really judge. But Enzo, really good game. And I want to give a complimentary shout out, and I think he deserves this. And I put him up there as he maybe should have got man of the match. Josh Achempong was clean. Clean performance from him tonight. Clean. You know, no mistakes. Done everything he had to, and it was clean. Tidy performance. So well done to him. Well done to him. I think that's it. So let me know your thoughts. Much appreciated. And let me know your thoughts on our last 16 tie against Benfica. Are you happy? Are you not? Let me know down below. And I will catch all of you. How am I going to word this? Later on? Or tomorrow, because for me it's 7 a.m. so technically the day's on, it's started, so technically later on for me, but for you might be going to bed. So tomorrow for you, standard double upload. Make sure you guys are here. Much appreciated, and I'll see you then. Subscribe, notification bell on. Thank you all so much, and I'll catch you later tomorrow. Take care and peace.